feel like spinning your wheels and not achieving success? You've been trying so hard, but you don't get there. You know, we as human beings, we have so much potential inside of us, but when we don't harness that potential, we just feel like we're stuck. When you don't have the right strategy to achieve success, you feel like you're just stuck in a point in your life and you don't move forward. But the truth is, our brains are wired to protect us and not to succeed. But let me tell you one thing. Our brains also are ready for change, and they are ready to make the transformation that you give them, especially if you connect well and you understand the pattern of thoughts of your subconscious mind. That's why I've decided to make this video about how to harness your brain for success and tap into your inner power and potential, because I know you have it within you and all it takes for you is a leap of faith and taking action. But before that, I have created a full workbook for you to follow the different steps I'll be talking about during this video. So head to the link down below, download your workbook, and let's get started. Hi guys, I'm Alice. I'm a life and business coach, and I have created this channel so that I could take all of you to a success journey, as simple as that. I am going to teach you a lot about mindset shifts, self-growth, and also a lot of business tips. So let's dive right into today's video. But before that, I'll invite you to subscribe to my channel if you like my content so far, and also give me a thumbs up because this will support me a lot. Of course, if you'd like to hear more from me, let's hang out on Instagram right here, and let's hang out also on TikTok right here. And why not? Let's just hang out also on Spotify. You'll find my podcast right here and a link in the description. So maybe you're watching this video because you are trying to shift something in your life. You're trying to achieve success. You have started probably a project or working on something you're passionate about, but it just feels like you're stuck. It just feels like you don't know the right strategy, what to follow. So let me tell you something. Here is a 3-step framework for you to follow in order to harness your brain for success. So what's the first thing you need to do, guys, for you to achieve success and live the dream life you have in mind? The first thing is raise awareness. Yes, what do I mean by raise awareness? So raising awareness is the first key element for you to go from point A, where you feel stuck, where you lack strategies, where you don't know what to do, you lack clarity, to get to a point where you set goals and take action. So why am I saying this? You know, if you're not aware of your problem, if you don't know what's wrong with you, what's wrong with your goals, what's wrong with your life, then trust me, it's gonna be hard for you to move to the next step, which is finding clarity, obviously. So what can you do in order to raise awareness? So first of all, in the workbook, you're gonna find a lot of questions that will help you in discovering what's happening. What is your pain point? What do I mean by that? It means you ask yourself, for example, the question, what is the problem I am dealing with right now that I want to change? What is holding me back from living the life of my dreams? So what are my fears? Because, you know, sometimes we dwell in our fear zone and we don't give ourselves permission to move to our fulfillment zone. So probably your fears and your limiting beliefs and the fact that you're not aware of your problem is holding you back from achieving that success that you're trying to achieve. So the first thing you need to do, guys, is raise awareness. I recommend that you journal a lot about this because journaling will give you answers. You can go to the workbook, take one question, and from that one question you can get to a point where you talk so much, you just journal or write down all your thoughts. This is not a feminine thing. Journaling is for everyone. Journaling is for you who's struggling with a specific problem and you're trying to find a solution. It's like you're creating a strategy or a flow of thought for your brain to process thoughts and ideas and issues. So let this funnel, just create this funnel and open it so that you can get opportunities where you understand what's happening with your brain and your life. So, I'm going to talk also about something that is so important in here, which is mindfulness. Mindfulness is just a state of mind where you are aware of everything that is happening inside and outside. Inside your thoughts, your emotions, your self-talk, because sometimes we may have a very negative self-talk and we just don't realize this until we pay close attention. And there are so many key components to mindfulness in here. But the first thing is you can just have a good intention. You'll say, okay, I'm going to be mindful. I am going to check what I'm thinking. I'll try and see what's happening inside my head. Okay, and then you have to use your attention, obviously, because attention is a very important component in mindfulness. And then you move to the attitude. Sometimes when you have this thought about yourself that you're not good enough, you're bad or something, you may start just judging yourself. So attitude means listening to those thoughts, listening to what's happening around you, but without judging, just being kind. And then from there, you're gonna get a lot of insights and a lot of different perspectives. And here you go to step number 2. What is step number 2, guys? It's all about you finding clarity, you knowing why you are doing this, why you are trying to achieve this specific goal. Because when you build a house, for example, this is an example you're gonna find in the workbook. When you build a house and you don't put the right foundations for that house, I'm sorry to tell you, but someday that house is gonna be destroyed, right? It's gonna fall apart. So it's exactly the same thing with whether you're starting a business or you're just working on your self-growth journey. So if you're trying to work on yourself, trust me, you need to be clear about why you're doing this. And that's where I'm coming to tell you that having a why is what will drive success to your life. My why, for example, when I started my coaching business is I didn't want to have a boss. I wanted to be free. I wanted to deal with life the way I want to. I didn't want my life to depend on other people's terms, but on my own terms. So you need to figure out what's the one thing that's gonna push you out of bed every single morning, that's gonna just push you and make you a success-driven person. That's it. Think about it, really. Probably you want financial freedom and you want to start a business. Probably you just feel bad in your own shoes and you want to change this. Probably people don't respect you and you want to change this and you want to set boundaries. So think about this a lot. I recommend that you journal also about your why, because every time you're gonna fall apart and you're gonna give up, you'll remember why you've started at the first place. So yeah, okay. So now let's talk about the last point, which is set goals and transition. Now that we have talked about raising awareness, right? And also finding clarity and a why, now we need to talk about how you can make that clarity and awareness work for you and not against you. Because sometimes we may be aware of a problem. We may know what we are struggling with. But the truth is, we don't take action. We don't set realistic goals. We'll start, I'm going to lose, let's say, just an example, 20 kilos, pounds, so that let's say in 5 days. This is an unrealistic goal. And what do I mean by this? When you set a goal, it needs to be smart. And do you know what smart goal setting is? The S stands for specific. You need to specify what is this goal? What are you going to do? What are the different steps you will have to follow? And then you have The M that stands for measurable. You can measure it. It's not like telling yourself that you're gonna go to the moon. I mean, this is not an achievable, well, I mean, not for someone like me who's not in the field, but if you're in the field, probably this is achievable for you. But yeah, I mean, set a measurable goal. And then the A stands for achievable. It's something that you can achieve. It's something that you are capable of achieving. You're not going to say, I'm going to become a doctor while you are a teacher, right? So it should be, specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant to who you are, to what you are, to your life. I mean, you're not going to pick up a dream that's not relevant to your life, right? Yeah, and the last point is time-bound. And I am going to insist on this one. Time-bound goals are achievable goals, but non-time-bound goals are unachievable goals. When you set a goal, the difference between a goal and a dream is a goal is time-bound and it has a plan. And a dream is just in your imagination. You're just thinking about it in a lot of ways, but you didn't decide to take action on it. And you didn't decide what deadline you're gonna use to achieve that goal. So now, let me ask you something. What is one thing that you want to do that's going to change the course of your life forever? And what's the one habit you have to do every single day to achieve that goal? Think about this, guys. And now it's time for you to transition and move to action. Move to your fulfillment zone, to discovery zone. I recommend that you watch my video about the different types of zones that we move from in order to get to our uncomfort zone, because we have the comfort zone and the fulfillment zone. So I'm gonna link it down below. Watch it, and really, guys, the one thing that I'm going to repeat once again is take a leap of faith. Take the leap of faith that you are capable. You have all the resources, you have everything you need inside of you, and you don't need people to tell you what to do with your life so that you could achieve all of those goals. So now you have raised awareness, you have find clarity and your real why, which is going to be your drive for success. And then the last thing is set smart goals and transition. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, share the video with friends, and go to Instagram, tag me in there, it's Alice Positive Vibes, and also on TikTok, Alice Positive Vibes. Don't hesitate to DM me if you have any further questions, and download your free workbook down there and get to work. Good luck, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.
I get why you left. Small-minded people sure know how to drink. I came to the party, I laughed at the jokes you made. I wish that I hadn't, 'cause now the joke's on me. I didn't come here just so I could watch you make a mess. I didn't come here to ugly cry in my favorite dress. So what the hell were you thinking then when you kissed your lips? Now I'm kinda glad you did, 'cause now you